Hello everyone, welcome back to End Saturdays. Come with me, Dry Bright. Hope I find you all well, and thank you for tuning into this new video. A bit of a preview for the match on Saturday against Preston, and a little update on the QPR game and the Burnley game last night. Did you watch the Burnley game last night at Cardiff? I'll tell you, there's no game easy in this championship. You can take nothing for granted whatsoever. I did actually think when Burnley went 2-up, I thought that was it, game done. But luckily, Cardiff fought back a little bit, got back into the game, and they made Burnley work for it, and which they're going to do. And as we've already said in this championship, it's going to be tough. It's going to be squeaky bum. Every game is going to be now. It's going to be like an FA Cup game, isn't it? We're all going to be watching it with interest. There's going to be a lot of tension, ups and downs, the roller coaster again with Blades, and it's going to be. I just think it's going to be the team who's going to crack. Who's going to crack first? Is it going to be Leeds? Is it going to be Blades? Is it going to be Burnley? There's lots to play for. Teams are fighting for either promotion or relegation or playoffs. So there's nothing for granted in this division at all. And everybody's got something to play for. So my little worry with Blades is the goal difference with Burnley. I think it's about 12. So I'm hoping that, obviously it's about points at the end of the day, and we've got to keep grinding it out. I don't know what's going to happen. I know my mantra is never get too high, never get too low, but even that might be tested now. But we'll wait and see. We look forward to each game with interest. Every game is now watchable, whichever team we play. I mean, normally I wouldn't watch a Cardiff Burnley game, but because of the interest in where we are and the situation, you've got to watch it, haven't you? And it's just like, come on, Cardiff or whoever they play against. But teams find a way, and top teams do. And I just want to want that smug smirk off of Parker's face. I just can't stand the bloke. So anyway, that's just is my opinion. I don't know what yours are, but there you go. Just let me know in the comments what you think. But just be very interested to know what people think. I mean, if you can ask 100 people, if you had a survey, which team is going to crack, I think you'd end up with 100 different answers. So I just think that whoever sticks it out, whoever's got the bottle, whoever's done it before, got the experience in the sides, I think they'll do it, But I still think Leeds at best side. But whether they'll crack, I don't think they will. But you never know, do we? We never know. But look, we'll see what happens. We look forward to Preston game on Saturday. I just want to do a little recap on the QPR game, and I don't know if you saw that little bit in X or Twitter, whatever you call it, with Daniel about Queen's Park Rangers whining and moaning about parachute payments, and that's why we won't game and all that. What a load of nonsense, And look, I've got an argument for that. There is an argument that it does affect, parachute payments does affect teams, and generally teams what come down have got an opportunity to use that finances to go back up. However, my argument on Saturday is the two goal scorers, Brereton, Diaz and Campbell, one's on a loan and one's on a free. So what's the problem? I seem to remember when we were, in the League One for 6 seasons. I don't think the parachute payments helped us, did they, when we were grovelling down in that division and trying to get out. And when we got promotion to the Championship and went back up into the Prem, I don't think the parachute payments helped us either then. So we've earned our dues. Never mind what anybody else wants to whinge and whine about. We're there for a reason. We've got the run money for a reason. There is, like I just said earlier, there is a reason to spread it out a little bit more. And I understand people's argument. But we're just coming out with sour grapes just because you lost on Saturday and blaming it on parachute payments is just a total nonsense. So I'm not having any of that rubbish. I'll say it as it is. It's just as I said, tough. Get on with it. We've all been there. We've all done it. And let's hope we get promotion, and we've got new owners now, so we might get better backing from previous owner. But we are where we are. We've got to try and reach that goal, and that's getting back into the Prem. And from a business point of view, that's where we need to be for all sorts of reasons. Infrastructure and training ground, the Category 1s and all that. All that will be paid for. I think it has actually been paid for, but it all helps, doesn't it? So that's where we're going to be. And like I say, tough luck, QPR, crack on. And it's just a total load of non-story. And I'm not going to keep delving into that sort of rubbish. We can argue things about Tevez affair and all that back in the day, can't we? So there's always an argument for something. But anyway, we'll move on, and it's Preston on Saturday, and return of the Hecky and versus Chris Wilder down at Bramall Lane. I've looked up a little bits. I'm Preston's record down at Lane is not that good, to be fair. I think historically, I think I read somewhere we've done about 50 odd games against Preston, and we'd won about 25 of them, roughly something around that. And Preston only won 10. And during the last 3 or 4 games, we won 3 of them, and there's been a draw. So I think the omens are pretty good. I think we can take nothing for granted, of course, but I do expect us to win. I also looked up as Eki and Wilder faced each other over the years. I think there's only been a couple of occasions. I do remember one when Eki took over at Leeds United in his first game when he come down to Bramall Lane in 2018, I might be thinking. I think Blades won 2-1 that day. And I think there was a game at Barnsley when Eki were at Barnsley when Blades and Barnsley played at Oakwell. But I can't even remember the score there. I don't know on that, but I'll have to look it up. But even so, I still think that we should have enough to beat Preston on Saturday. They had a great win against Burnley 3-0 in the FA Cup, and they've got a lovely tie against Aston Villa at home, so good luck to them in that. But, I do, they've got good home form at Preston. They're not bad at home at all. They do quite well, and most teams do, but they're a bit inconsistent away from home. I think they've last 5 or 6, they've won a couple, lost 3, I think, drawn 1 or something like that. But, it's all about on the day into it, and Chris Wilder's got to get into it, lads. There's got to be no complacency whatsoever. We've got to get into it and grind out. And where it is, I don't think there'll be many goals in it. I think in my opinion, it might be 2-0, 2-1, something like that. Don't take my word for it. If you're having a bet, just do what you want to do. But at the end of the day, I think I do expect us to win, and we can hopefully, if we can, Leeds will be on level on points with Leeds before they play, when they play their game on Sunday, I think. So it's all to play for. It's back on again, isn't it? Disappointing that Burnley have narrowed it down to 2, and also the goal difference and all that. But it's down to us. I said before, it's no good relying on other teams and wondering how they're going. I know we watched the game last night at Cardiff and all that, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether we watch it or not. Out of interest, we do. But it's down to Sheffield United at the end of the day. It's up to us to look after ourselves, put pressure on other teams. Don't even think about what Leeds are doing or Burnley are doing and Sunderland are doing. And Chris Wilder will know that. The players will know that. It's no good, it's no good coming off that pitch on Saturday night saying if, but, and maybes. We should have done this, we should have done that. You've got to do it. You've got to go on that pitch, win your battles, and grind out the result and get the 3 points. So hopefully we'll be able to do that. And, like I say, with Preston and Eki and Wilder and all that, when Eki were at managed Sheffield United, a lot of water's gone under the bridge since then, and it's no good looking into that. It's not going to change anything. It's just a matter of rocking up and putting in a performance. On the team news, my opinion again. Let me know what you'll think in the comments below that. I just think there'll be probably one change. Whether it might be Sariki might come in at right back instead of Chowdhury with an L, and Jack Robinson and Burrows. Cooks in goal, obviously, and out on the left, Hamer, Hoare and Berrington Diaz out on the right, and he'll play Campbell up front, which he's got to play. I think I don't think, why would he change it? I don't unless there's some injury concerns about other players. I don't know. Aymer only got 60 minutes, and again, I think he'll certainly start him. He's got to, hasn't he? So that's just my team. Just let me know what you'll think about that. It'll be very interesting. I don't. Preston will come. They got a big side at back. They've got a big brute at back. Have you seen size on him? I forget his name, but he's good. He looks dangerous from set pieces. So I'm going to have to be on his guard there as well. With Preston sitting in mid-table, they've got 42 points, I think, now. So they're sitting pretty comfortably. They're not going to get into playoffs, I won't think, or they're not going to be fighting a relegation battle. So they've got nothing to lose. They can rock up and play, can't they? So it's going to be down to us. Just a little word on under-21s, just to moving on a little bit. They had another great win yesterday afternoon, winning 5-2 against Birmingham City, or bottom of the Northern League. And the under-21s rock on, and they're going to win that league, aren't they? They go back with about 48 points. Beattie got an hat-trick. Onay scored, and let me think who it was. I did write it. Actually, I did write it down somewhere and all. Another lad got Cummins. I think it was Cummins who got the other one. So that's another great result. The interesting thing about that is Onay did play. Shackleton played, and Norrington Davis is having no luck whatsoever. He come off injured again at half time. Where do you go? I mean, he's never been the same since he got injured, and he'd been fighting his way back. He's not seemed to be the same player as he was before. It's a bit of a struggle. I do feel sorry for him. Who knows where that's going to end up with him? It's a hard road, isn't it? We've had it with Ryan Brewster with all his injuries, and it's a long road back to keep coming back, and you get niggles, and you get hamstrings, and you get other injuries. And it's a tough place, isn't it? You know. But what do you do with that? I mean, you just have to be patient, and hopefully he recovers well and he's all right for Saturday. I hope they took him off just to stop him making it any worse, and he'll be in and around the squad on Saturday. So let's not worry too much about it. The squad is now getting a lot better and stronger, so we've got players to call upon now. Kiefer Moore's back in full training as well, so that's pretty good, isn't it? Tom Davies, he picked up a calf injury before game at QPR, so I'm hoping he might be recovered enough to get back on bench. So that'll be interesting on that. There'll be Chris Wilder presser on Friday. What I'll do actually is I'll tag it on to end of this video on Friday. I'll edit it on when it's done, and I'll put it back on, and we'll see what Chris has got to say. He'll give us an update on all the injuries front and what he's got to say. And obviously I'll do a match reaction on Saturday night, Sunday morning after the Preston game. We had, moving on a little bit, we had a bit of sad news, didn't we, during the week with the death of Geoff Taylor, who was part of the Dave Bassett team in 1988 to 1991. We got two back-to-back promotions with Dave and Geoff. Geoff were 92 years old. He was well loved down at Bramall Lane. I remember him, Geoff and Dave Bassett, they were part of the crazy gang down at Wimbledon with Vinnie Jones and all them, and that crazy lot. They rocked up a few times, didn't they, and beat teams and beat one FA Cup and all that. And Geoff followed Dave to Watford, and he left Watford in 1988 to come to the Blades, where he ended up first team coach. I'm really sorry to read that today. Geoff were a nice bloke, he was a good man, good family man, and he'll be sadly missed down at Bramall Lane, and sincere condolences to all his family. So rest in peace, Geoff. Thank you for everything that he did for Sheffield United, and God bless, mate. So on that note, I know it's a sad one. I don't want to, dig too deep into that. I'll really looking forward to the game on Saturday. Put your comments in below. Thank you everybody for liking and subscribing. I really appreciate your comments. I do reply to everyone, as you know. If I missed anyone out, I will find you and I'll get back to you. Well, thank you for that. I will, like I said, I'll put the presser, Crystal Wilder presser up on Friday, and I'll look forward to doing the match reaction on Saturday night, Sunday morning. Enjoy the rest of the week. Up the blades, and I'll see you all again on Saturday or Sunday.